Welcome to Fit for Life with Karen. Thanks for coming back. I hope you're doing as many of these classes as you possibly can because they are good for you. So watch the show, and if you see something else online, do that too. Don't just, let this be the one thing that you do. Also try to walk as much as you can. But today, we're just going to talk about some general things. For instance, why do we do strength training? It's because we want to maintain our independence. And yes, there is life after retirement. It doesn't mean that you have to be sitting all the time, which in itself is very unhealthy for both the body and the brain to be sitting. It's never too late to start an exercise program. I remember once on Senior Fitness Day, I had a man that had started working out at 80. He became the national fast walking champion, or race walking champion, and I think he exercised until he passed away at about 95. So he was really up there in age, but he decided he wanted to feel better. He lost some weight. Also, I want to talk about our basal metabolic rate. Have you ever heard of that? What it is, it's the chemicals in your cells that it turns food into energy. So if you have a low metabolic rate, that means you're usually sluggish, you're not moving enough, and you're not burning calories. So back to the strength training I just mentioned. Strength training causes your muscles to get larger, so you're burning calories when you do it, even when you're resting. Muscle weighs 3 times more than fat, but it's also a good fat burner. This is not an exercise program, but I do like to mention that because as we get older, we do get a little thicker in areas. We gain a little weight. It's actually better probably to be a little bit heavier, 10 to 20% than our average weight when we were young, because it's kind of a buffer from illness. I don't know about you, but if I get the flu or something, I always lose some weight. So again, don't try to lose weight and be as skinny as we used to be, but keep that in mind. So don't try to be too thin, because then you're risking poor nutrition. So as I said, the metabolism slows with aging. Strength training will increase the basal metabolic rate. It's called a BMR. Research shows we can carry that extra weight, just don't make it too much. And for the next, I'm going to say maybe 10 minutes or so, we're going to do some strength training with the bands today. We're going to start right here. Grab your band. Make sure you have water. We did some strength training with free weights, but now we're going to do our second session in a week of strength training with a band. These are very effective, and the cost is pretty low, so keep that in mind. And you can find these in any sports store, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, places like that. So you don't have to pay top dollar for anything if you don't want to. So let's grab the band. We're going to put the band under both feet, holding onto the ends. Keep your head up. You're going to lift your feet up, and then you're going to pull back. Now, can you feel that in your arms, especially what? Your triceps, right? It also strengthens your hands and your wrists. Let's flex those feet a little bit. Keep the band in the middle of the foot so that it doesn't slip off. I'm going to sit up nice and straight, shoulders down, pull that chin in, and let's breathe out as we pull back. Get those elbows back. This is also good for your posture. Can you feel your shoulder blades coming together here? All right, let's straighten those arms. Try it again, breathing out and pull back. We really should do at least 8 of these. We will work up to 10 pretty soon, but not right now. So let's breathe out again. How does that feel? This is number 3. You should feel a little tired after you've done one set of 8 repetitions or 10 repetitions. Just don't hold your breath. Try to remind yourself. That's why I say breathe out, just to remind yourself now and then not to hold your breath. You might be, you might not. You might be used to this. But we don't have to do it on every single repetition if you don't want to. I'm going to say this is at least 6. We don't want to be here all day with this, right? And then straighten those arms, but don't come forward now because we want resistance. So we're going to pull back, And each time you do it, you're going to get it just a tiny bit stronger. You won't notice it for a while, not until you've done it a couple of weeks at least. Let's do one more, breathing out. I think that feels great. All right, we're going to put the heels down. I want you to come forward, but keep your back straight. Whenever you remember it, try to remember it not to come forward when you're relaxing between exercises. All right. Okay, so there should be no resistance now. All right, you're going to pull up just a little bit. Just little pulls. And 4. And you're kind of tightening your abdomen when you do this. I think it happens naturally, but be conscious of it. Great. All right, enough of that. Let's rest. Bring your feet a little bit closer to your body now. Drop your chin right down. Oh man, that feels great. Bring the head back up. We're going to look at the ceiling, not dropping the head back, just keeping on kind of a slant. We're going to turn the head either way. It doesn't matter whether it's right or left first. And then we'll go back the other way. Good. And then we're going to look straight ahead. Let's do an ear drop to the side. This will stretch the side of your neck. It feels good. You want to be able to turn without having to move the whole body. Sometimes arthritis prevents us because it gets uncomfortable sometimes. But if you can loosen it up with stretching, just the head moves, all right? All right, now we're going to do something that strengthens and tones all of the lower body. You're going to like this one. We're going to lift the feet up. The feet are still flexed. Your arms are straight now. Your back is against the chair. If you want to come forward a little bit, that's fine. And all you're going to do is pull the feet apart. Can you feel that? Wow, I can. This definitely tones your core, tightens and tones the abdominal area, your hips, your glutes, your legs, everything, your feet, ankles. All right, let it come back. If you feel any pain in your hips especially, or your lower back, you'll just stop and wait for us, right? So let's breathe out again and separate those feet. Doesn't that feel good? I like to do that just because it feels good. All right, bring the feet back, sitting up straight. Breathe out. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's a long time. And we'll bring it back. I can feel it everywhere from the waist down. Breathing out. Hold it, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and back. Let's do number 5, breathing out, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Come back. Number 6 coming up. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Feet back. Let's do another one. Let's do just one more for now. You're not used to this, and it is pretty ambitious. Breathing out. Do you want to do an extra one while I'm talking? That's fine. Holding and holding, but can you feel how that tightens and tones everything? I know you can. We'll bring the feet back, good, and then down. So actually what we're doing is strengthening mostly the lower body, a little bit of the arms because you have to hold on to the band. And we actually use that for almost every exercise. So let's take the band, take your time, under 1 foot, in kind of the middle, so the toe hangs over, the heel hangs over in the back. You're going to bring that foot in just a little bit. Holding on to the ends, sitting up straight again. What you're going to do is pull up so that you feel some resistance and then pull the leg right up with it. Stay here if you can, and you're going to push down 1. Can you see where that would be good for your quadriceps? And that's what we need for falls prevention. And for walking, and for doing all the things we do. You don't want to sit down all day. We use our legs for everything. And our hands, and our eyes. We'll say 5. Can you feel it in your arms too? So this is actually upper and lower body, isn't it? You feel it in your upper back. So we're going to have a good stretch after all this, aren't we? Let's do one more. Great. Heel down. Come forward so that the band doesn't snap. We love the bands. All right. So let's do the other foot. Underneath, kind of mid-foot. Good. Now let's lift the leg up first this time. Put your arms, if you have arms on your chair, put your arms right down and then push. It makes it a little bit easier, I think. 2, feel the resistance, you should. And 4, and 5, 6, you're going to be in such great shape. And 7, and 8. Let's do 10. You can do it. And 10. And relax. So that's really quite a bit for the lower body, and we're going to be standing later too today. So grab some water, take a little rest. We'll do a little stretch too. Good. Wonderful. So how do we stretch? We're going to stretch the quadricep because we've been using that a lot. So I'm going to just turn to one side, just kind of follow me. Just put the foot in back. You need to come forward in the chair just a little bit. You're going to reach down and lift up. Now, if you cannot reach your foot, grab your pant leg. All this stuff is stretchy. All these workout clothes that we buy, they stretch. It's not good to even try to exercise in jeans, right? So you're going to reach down, lift up. I'm going to hold on here and just pull back. It's a good one, isn't it? Watch. Pull that chin in. See the difference? We look more confident when we're sitting up straight. This is kind of a defeatist, isn't it? This posture is not good. Sitting up straight, pulling back. Now, if you can do it, just let go and reach. Reach, reach, reach. So you're stretching the upper body away from the lower body, and you're not holding your breath, right? So we're stretching the quadriceps. All right? Try to do at least 20 seconds when you do that on your own. If you want to do 30, that's great. But now we want to stretch the back of the leg, the hamstring. So this is a very effective kind of an all-over lower body stretch. Heel, toe up. Keep the back straight as you come forward. You won't be able to really come forward that far, but you're going to feel it in the hamstring. So keep the back straight and come forward. Oh boy, I can feel that. It's really tight today. All right, just do your natural breathing now. Just your regular breathing. You don't have to think about it. Now I'm going to let you just round over. See how far down you can go. If I flex my foot, I can almost touch. If I do this 3 or 4 times, I know I could touch, right? And so could you. So reach forward. Wonderful. You should be able to feel it. I'm going to turn to the other side. Put this leg in back. Reach down, lift up, and pull back. Nice and tall. The arm really helps because you can hold on to that and get a better stretch. It's good for your posture too. So we're pulling back. You're okay there. Now let go to make sure you're balanced. You're not going to fall off that chair, right? And you're going to reach forward and pull back at the same time. I love this stretch. This is the Grecian statue pose. And that's just what we look like, right? Grecian statues, yes. So ethereal. All right, switch. Heel down, toes up. Keep that back nice and straight. And here we go. I can feel it. One side is stiffer than the other, isn't it? But we're getting our stretch, the stretch that we need. All right, good. Really taking our time today because these are important stretches and I want to make sure we're doing them properly. So enough of that. Now I would also like to stretch our lower back. And I think you probably remember how to do that. So you can stay where you were seated and just lean back and lift that leg up and pull it in. One of my favorites. It feels good, it does good, and it is good. It's good for you. Pull it in. I'm going to let you drop that chin down so we'll get a nice upper body stretch at the same time. Good. And then up nice and straight and pull it in. Feels good? And when you're lying down and you do your morning exercises, you can pull that in. Some of you can get down on the floor, but remember the morning exercises we can do before we get out of bed with your eyes closed. So you're going to pull that leg in. Now, if you have a problem knee, you can't touch it here, it kind of hurts when you do that, you can hold underneath and pull in. But my posture still isn't so good. So let's try doing it with good posture. What do you think? We love it. We really love it. Keep going. Pull it in, pull it in. It should feel good. All right. Let's do a spinal flexion. Let's do the opposite. Come forward, keep your head up. Can you grab your ankles? Flatten that back out. I think this one feels good too. It is a little ambitious, but it's a good one if you want to just do it here, holding onto your knees. Oh. See, you can breathe better and swallow better when you're straight. I mean, I wouldn't want you to be eating like this as long as you don't have to. All right, let's do the band for the upper body, a few upper body exercises. So let me see what I can come up with. We're going to wrap the band, and then we're going to wrap the other side. That's too long. You won't get a lot of resistance here. This is a pretty heavy band, so I'm getting some resistance, but I'm going to wrap one side twice, all right? Arms out straight, right from the shoulder, and pull out one. Now, if this hurts or you feel it's too much, you're really straining, then you can unwrap it one time. These bands really are great. I mean, we can't carry those exercise machines around with us all the time, right? And for your tightening and toning kind of everywhere, all of the upper body, your abdomen, your core. We'll say 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Feels pretty good? All right. Now what I'd like you to do is bring your hands together, make a shelf, and rest your chin. We'll take a little nap. Not too long. You can close your eyes just to relax. Wonderful. All right. Now, for the next one, just keep the hands where they are, but straight up as much as you can. Come back just a little bit, and 1. This one will be a little bit easier, and pay attention to your abdomen. You're tightening it without even thinking about it, really. So we'll say this is 4 and 5 and 6. I did not do my exercises this morning. I did the bed exercises, the morning exercises, but I didn't do any of this stuff. So this is a good workout for me too. All right, enough of that. As far as the upper body, I'd like to do one more, and it's kind of my favorite, and it's for posture. And I know you know what I'm going to do next because we've done it a lot, and we will continue to do it a lot until we all have perfect posture and maintaining it. It's really hard. You have to think about it. So we'll just kind of hold on to the ends or move the hands in just a little bit. Lift up. Feet are flat. They're apart a little bit. Nice and tall. Up, up, up as high as you can go now. Up. Push it back. Down and back. Oh, yes. Down in front. So we're going to get those scapular muscles working, the shoulder blades, and we're going to get them to come together and talk to each other. 3. Good. Down. And 4. I'm really taking my time today because I want you to get a good workout. You can do them slower if you want, but I don't think you need to. And then down again. We'll say this is 5 and 6. 2 more. 7 and 1 more and 8. And we're going to put the bands away. What do you think? Good workout. I hope you stayed with me as much as you can. Any kind of movement is good for us. We don't have to do everything the same amount of time or the same repetitions all the time, as long as you're doing something and you're not just sitting, watching television, which we're tending to do in these times that we're all going through together. Things will get better, we know that. We are going to stand up. I hope you're prepared for that. I hope you have a tie shoe. This just gives the foot more support, and we're less apt to turn the foot like this. So keep that in mind. I'm going to come forward in the chair just a little bit, cross the arms, and I'd like you to stand up without holding on. Is that getting easier? I hope it is. I really do. All right, we are going to do something that's a little bit different. It's not a big deal, but I don't believe I've given this one to you. This is for balance, okay? So we've done strength training, and now we're going to keep strengthening the lower body with the things we're going to do a little bit later. So I want you to move away from the chair or get behind the chair. If your if your balance is poor, you can do this standing behind the chair. You need a little room in the front, so you'd have to cross over like this. But if you can do it, I'm going to do it to the side of the chair. So I'm going to cross like this. And then this one, I'm not going to hold on at all. Try it again. Just cross over. This looks easy. But if your balance is poor, it's not so easy. Just keep crossing over. So it's cross and cross. Yes. Cross again. Easy stuff. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Maybe that was easy for you. I hope it was. You're going to just bend your knees now to relax your legs a little bit. Good. We're going to come back up. Put your weight over the front part of your foot and see if you can lift your heels just a tiny bit and stay balanced there. Can you do that? Very subtle, small movement. Put your heels down, bend again, and lift. These are those heel lifts that I tell you to try to do a set every day, 1 or 2 sets, and an extra set on the weaker side. Just keep doing this. You're going to be amazed that maybe you will be able to stay there without holding on. We're just going to do a couple of these, boom, back and forth. Now I'm going to give you another one that we haven't done before. Just be careful. Just make sure you're standing next to your chair or behind the chair if you have to hold on. So it's called the sway exercise. And you're just going to stand there, basically. Your feet are parallel, or bring them in just a little bit. And all you're going to do is just kind of sway over to one side without the foot coming up. All right, and then to the other side, be careful. Try it holding on first, just a little bit, until that foot starts to come up, or the bottom of your foot comes up. So I'm going to try it again. Nice and easy. I'm just going to sway and hold it. And then the other side. It's very subtle. But this is what happens when we start to lose our balance, and we want to feel some strength there. So if we practice it, what it feels like, it might help with falls prevention. Anything is better than not doing nothing at all. But just remember, strong muscles, falls prevention. Okay, let's just relax those legs a little bit. Just lift the knees up. This one's kind of easy, don't you think? Lift it up and lift it up and lift it up. Good. All right, we're going to try something similar to that with a lunge. So let's try that. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to lift the heel on that side. That would be your right. You're going to lift up and fall to the front. Come back. You're going to lift up, fall to the back. If you need to hold on, do it. You're still getting a little strengthening here. So it's up, fall to the front, up, fall to the back. I call it falling. You're not falling, you're just placing. Up and back, up and front, up and back, up. And really, the more you do it, even though this is the first time probably that you're doing it, and you don't have to lift as high, but you'll find that you'll get stronger, you'll get more confidence. Again, we're going to bend those knees. All right, let's try the other side now. If you want, you can put your hands on your hips. I find it's better for balance to put the hands out here. Do whatever you want to do. Let's just get it done, right? So you're going to lift and front, lift and back, lift and front. Is it easier? Now this is my weaker leg, and yet I feel like I'm doing better on this side. Maybe it's because I'm doing extra heel lifts on that side. What do you think? Oh, we're so good. We are good. Whoops, and front, up and back. One more. Whoops, and up. Pretty good? I think that's all I'm going to give you today as far as the standing exercises. So let's sit down and do nothing. Try to do nothing. You try, especially during a holiday, trying to do nothing, right? But we don't go inward at all. And that's why it's so important to use that yoga breath. Try meditation. Meditation is not what you think. Isn't that interesting? That's an interesting statement. So let's sit down, grab your water. I'm going to put some music on here. I'm going to try this just to get you in a relaxed mood. You've had a good workout now. This music relaxes me. It kind of puts me on a different plane. It's kind of that new age music. I think you're going to like it. I've used it in many of my classes. People seem to. So I'm going to turn it up just a little bit for you. Hope you can hear it over my voice. If not, we'll lower it. Good. Now get comfortable. Good. Now if you can hear me, just close your eyes. Drop your chin down. Just let your head drop down on your chest, nice and easy. Let's take a breath up through your nose, all the way up. Hold that breath for 2 seconds. And then exhale. Let your chin drop down again. If you do this enough times, enough could be 3 times, 10 times. Some people take a little longer to relax. It changes your brain waves. It will calm you down. So let's try it again together. If you can hear me, just breathe up through your nose, extending that abdomen a little bit, remember? And then exhale. Slowly let that air come out. Try to do that 5 or 6 seconds if you can. And we're going to take another breath up through the nose. One more together. One more yoga breath, holding, hold, and exhale. And then exhale again. Make sure you're exhaling all that dead air out of the bottom of your lungs, exchanging with fresh air. Do your natural breathing. Move your head from side to side. We'll do that eardrop movement. It's so relaxing. And I'm going to say bye for now. And just go out with this nice, soft music. When the thoughts start coming back, like what am I going to do next? And just take another one of these breaths. It will calm you. It really does work, but you have to do it. You have to practice. So we'll see you next time. I'm going to leave the music on.